Bruh, I'm so sorry right now. Bro, my live didn't have no audio past 20 minutes. Bro, let me know if you can hear me. I'm so sorry because I was dropping some jewels for real. Like, I was dropping some shit, bro. I feel like that was one of my best lives. And you couldn't hear me. Oh my gosh. You see, obstacles come upon you when you want to do great. Cause look, what I just read is, and I shared with y'all on the last live. It say, I'm gonna go back. It say, the size of your problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. If you want to make a permanent change, stop focusing on the size of your problems and start focusing on the size of you. You feel me? And I damn near want to read this whole thing. You feel me? Cause this was really a great. I feel like that live that I just did, the 50 minutes one, it really could have, helped a lot of people, you know. But that's what all my videos are for. So I'm gonna just really go over what I just read because the live was tweaking out on us, bruh. I'm sorry, bruh, like real shit. Bruh. No way. That's some bullshit, man. Hey, can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me, bruh. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. Or you can hear me? Bruh, I'm sorry that it did that though. Cause I was really dropping some shit on my live. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bruh. Fuck. Alright. So I'm gonna just go over what I just read because I feel like that was very imperative. The book made an imperative statement that I need to go over because, you know, in this world we feel like we're not great enough to, conquer these so-called problems that come upon us. You feel me? So I'm salty right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm damn near salty. Cause this was a good. I feel like this is one of my best lives because I was really relating to the people. You feel me? I'm salty. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm dead ass salty though. I'm salty. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna go over some shit so people can understand what I just read. Hold up. I'm salty. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get on my book though, so I can go over this because this was a very important point that he made. He said, and I want y'all to remember this because this is very important that we know this. It's saying, note that whether you are rich or poor, playing big or small, problems don't go away. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. It's saying, if you have a big problem in your life, all that means is that you are being a small person. If you want to make a permanent change, stop focusing on the size of your problems and start focusing on the size of you. So if you watch my last live, that it talked about what you focus on expands. So if you focus on more problems will come upon you. If you focus on, if your goal is to get out of debt, you're going to be in more debt because what you focus on expands. So what I have in my book, I want to refer to this because this is what I did in my life. But of course, it want to be goofy. It want to be goofy and shit, bro. I want to break this down for y'all because I want y'all to remember this. What he just said. This is very important. It say the size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. So that's why I say like I read because we're already great, but the world we live in made us feel like we're useless, but we're really great. And I'm reading to claim back what's within me and to learn what's within me, you feel me? And build myself up bigger than an obstacle because obstacles are gonna come. But it's about, building yourself up. So what I wrote in my notes in April in this interview that I watched, it say, where's it at? It say this. It say, for things to change for you, you've got to change. Otherwise, it isn't going to change. And I wrote this in April, and I'm reading this in June. It say, the size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. So this go hand in hand. Like, if you want to make a permanent change, stop focusing on the size of your problem. Start focusing on the size of you. For things to change for you, you've got to change. Otherwise, it isn't going to change. You feel me? So, where's another one Oh yeah, this is what I put in the last live. I'm basically just going over what I went over in the last live. It's not what happens that determines the quality or the quantity of your life. The same thing can happen to two different people. One get rich, one stay poor. But it's rather what you do that changes everything. You feel me? That's very important that we get that. I want to go over one more thing, and I got 2 more pages, and I'm done with this chapter. Uh, I want to go over this though, because he gave a good analogy on. He gave a good analogy on um, us human beings, on how we have to build ourselves up. I'm sorry that I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, he was basically saying like, oh, I'm gonna just reread it. Poor people will do almost anything to avoid problems. They see a challenge and they run. The irony is that in their quest to make sure they don't have problems, they have the biggest problems of all because what you focus on expands. They're broke and miserable. The secret to success, my friends, is not to try to avoid or get rid of or shrink from your problems. The secret is to grow yourself so that you become bigger than a problem. Mm. Y'all ain't hear that one, because I'm going to have to repeat it for y'all. The secret to success, my friends, is not to try to avoid or get rid of or shrink from your problems. The secret is to grow yourself so that you become bigger than any problem. And he gave a good analogy right here. He said, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, imagine you are a person with a level 2 of strength of character and attitude looking at a level 5 problem. So you're at a level 2 and your problem is a level 5. Would that problem appear to be big or little? It's going to be big because you're at a level 2 and the problem is a 5. So now imagine yourself. Imagine you've grown. You became a level 8, and now the level problem is a 5. Would that problem be big or small? It will be a little problem because now you're at a level 8, and the problem is a level 5. Now, listen to this. Finally, you've become, you worked hard on yourself, and now you're a level 10. Strength of character, attitude, and now the problem is 5. Now, would that problem be small or big? I mean, now you feel me? You worked on yourself, and you became a level 10, but the problem is a 5. But don't forget you worked on yourself. Would that problem will be big or small? It will be small. You feel me? It's no problem. You're a 10 and I cannot talk right now. Don't call me. Hold up. I want to see if it still work. I want to see if it still work. Bruh. Fuck. People be calling me and shit, man. And I be trying to do some work. Can y'all hear me? Can you 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 hear me? I want to make sure that y'all hear me before I even move on. My fault, man. Somebody called me. I had to text somebody to see if they can hear me. But remember, you build yourself up to a 10, but now the level of the problem is a 5. You feel me? That problem ain't shit now because you become greater. And the problem, it really can't expand. It can only go to a certain extent. But you, on the other hand, you can expand greater than a problem. You feel me? So the size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you, me, the world. We can grow we can grow so big that shit we can grow big. Just know that. But I wanna make sure. Can you hear me? This is a good book. I'm really sorry. I can't keep focusing on that, man. What you focus on, you expand. I don't want to expand more difficulties with my life. Feel me? I just need some confirmation. I'm about to get my computer and look it up. Ugh. Hold up, y'all. I'm about to get on my laptop and see if I can hear myself. Cause somebody called me and I will be down to not to be able to hear, and I'll keep talking for the next 50 minutes. Cause I could talk all day for real. I could tell you that I'm proud of myself. I grew up poor, but that's just the way it is, baby boy. All the neighbors, they don't want to see me kill. Probably nothing down, but I still I live. Ooh. I done made cause the field, that's a touchdown. Clock need cut key, gotta work now. Mama know that we up now. The problem The size of the problem is never the issue. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is you, the size of you. You know, we can build ourselves up to the greatest potential that we are. Cause ain't no problem bigger than us. But if we don't grow and expand, the problem is always gonna be bigger than us. So that's where we gotta educate ourselves and learn ourselves. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, you can hear me. Oh shit. Oh, you can hear me. Hi. Oh shit. Oh, you can hear me. Hi. Oh shit. Damn, I can watch my own self on live. Hi. Oh shit. Alright, bet. You can hear me. So what I'm talking about basically is you gotta grow yourself to become bigger than the problem. You feel me? You gotta grow yourself. Because if you don't, the problem is always gonna be the issue if you don't grow. So let's get to it. I got 2 more pages. I got 2 more pages. Alright, so if you want to make a permanent change, stop focusing on the size of the problems. Start focusing on the size of you. Because when you focus on the size of the problem is only going to grow bigger. But if you start focusing on you, you're going to only grow bigger. Because from what I've learned is what you focus on expands. What you focus on, you become. So instead of focusing on a problem, focus on you, because when you become greater than a problem, then a problem won't mean shit. You feel me? And that's how that go. I got 2 more pages and I'm off. Monty, if this is you on the live, I'm good now. I can hear myself. Monty, if this is you on the, I can hear myself. I got my computer. I was thinking smarter. Okay. One of the not so subtle reminders I give participants at my seminar is this: whenever you feel as if you've got a big problem, point to yourself and scream, "Mini me, mini me, mini me." That will abruptly wake you up and move attention back to where it belongs, on yourself. Then, coming from your higher self, take a deep breath and decide right now, in this very moment, you will be a bigger person and not allow any problem or obstacle to take you out of either your happiness or success. See, I'm starting to feel like my calling here on earth is to, you know, do a lot of things. And I always would give my adoration to my friend that gave me Think and Grow Rich, because, you know, he gave a book that changed my life. And if he never gave me that book, who knows where I would be right now? I don't know. But that's why I said in my last live, opportunities come to us every day. And you have to believe that, because that was an opportunity for me to grow or to somehow try to figure it out. And I feel that I'm still figuring it out, but I feel that I have way more clarity than if I wouldn't have read that book. So I'm saying this to say, you don't have to act on every opportunity, but to your benefit, act on it. Because that book changed my life. And I'm going to keep saying that until I go to the grave with it, man. Because it was like God told him to give me that book. Man, but let's keep going. But remember, I'm gonna repeat this. I want y'all to remember this. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. We always think it's the problem. It's not the problem. I'm telling y'all, the government, we're gonna get our greatness back. It's already within us. We just gotta become aware of it. You feel me? It's saying, for things to change for you, you've got to change. Otherwise, it isn't going to change. Rich people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. It's all about mindset. Because once you change your mindset, shit, I feel like your life gonna change. The bigger the problems you can handle, the bigger the business you can handle. The bigger the responsibility you can handle, the more employees you can handle. The more customers you can handle, the more money you can handle. And ultimately, the more wealth you can handle, the more wealth you gonna handle. Wealth you can handle. All right, I had to make sure I can hear myself. Again, your wealth can only grow to the extent that you do. Oh my God. I hope y'all got that, because I got it. Again, your wealth can only grow to the extent you do. So, you basically saying, for your income to grow, you're gonna have to grow. You're gonna have to add value to people, to the world, to businesses, to anything. You're gonna have to give value. Cause this world thrives off of value. You feel me? So the objective is to grow yourself to a place where you can overcome any problems or obstacles that get in the way of creating wealth and keeping it once you have it. By the way, keeping wealth is a whole other world. Man, I can't wait to see how it is when I get my wealth. Shit, I promise you, I'm gonna be to the point where, you know, it's gonna be enormous. It's gonna be astronomical. It's gonna be so big that it's big. You feel me? Like, I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna have people manage my wealth, like as far as like attorneys and lawyers and shit, but like I'm gonna be so more. I'm gonna say this: own nothing, control everything. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's gonna be me. Own nothing, control everything. I'm gonna control everything, but I'm gonna own nothing. You better get them trust accounts open, boy. Ah, my bag. I got 2 more pages and I'm off here. I'm just really bitter about how um my live was, cut. I'm really sorry. But it's all good though, cause I'm gonna keep going. Cause I'm bigger than the problem. Shit. Who knew? I sure didn't. I thought that once you made it, you made it. Boy, was I in for a rude awakening as I proceeded to lose my first million almost as fast as I made it. Now, in hindsight, I understand what the issue was. At the time, my toolbox wasn't yet big and strong enough to hold the wealth I had achieved. Again, thank goodness I practiced the principles of the millionaire mind and was able to recondition myself. See, we're in a point in our life where information is readily accessible and, it's on us to read it. Reading can be boring, like I said. It really can be, but it's about going into reading like a excited kid because we get to learn something new that we never knew about ourselves. And like I said last slide, we say we know ourselves, but we think we do. Like you would say you know your name, but that's not knowing yourself. You just naming physical components of yourself instead of really knowing yourself, your soul, that thing, that type of thing. You feel me? That's why we gotta understand, because once you know yourself, nobody can tell you about yourself. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Not only did I make that million back because of my new money blueprint, I made millions and millions more. Best of all, I've not only kept it, but it keeps growing at a phenomenal rate. Think of yourself as your container for wealth. Some people might not want to be wealthy or successful. Some people might want to live comfortable. But why live comfortable when you can live phenomenal? Why choose fear when you can choose faith? Why choose negative when you can choose positive? You feel me? It's like if you can get more, get more. You feel me? Why live comfortable when you can live luxury? You see where I'm trying to go here? It's a duality of everything. You feel me? It's a night, it's a dark. Why choose? Okay, I would choose dark so I can shine in the light. I would say that for me. Why choose hell when you can be in heaven? You feel me? So I'm saying that to say, go with whatever makes you greater. So I'm almost done. Think of yourself as your container for wealth. If your container is small and your money is big, what's going to happen? You will lose it. Let me go over that again. Think of yourself as your container for wealth. If your container is small and your money is big, what's going to happen? You will lose it. Your container will overflow and the excess money will spill out all over the place. You simply cannot have more money than a container. Therefore, you must grow to be big. Wait. Therefore, you must grow to be a big container so you can not only hold more wealth but also attract more wealth. I love reading. I love reading. Love reading. I love reading. Nah, that's funny. The universe. Oh, I don't. Let me look. I was about to say I don't know that word, but let me find out that word. How about that? Cause when you don't know a word, hey, the reason my vocab grew cause these damn books. At first, I didn't know what words people be saying, like big ass words, and then you'll get criticized. You got people in your life that be like, "How you don't know that word?" Because I was never introduced to it. What do you mean? And that's what I'm trying to learn about myself. When people say things like that, I try not to frown because I'm learning, and so are you. It just gets me tight when people be like, "How you don't know that? Are you dumb?" Don't be around people that criticize you, bro. Real shit. Cause then you don't want to bring that out of me. Cause when that come out of me, it's gonna be hard to put it back. So please don't criticize me. Please don't. I'm still learning like you. Okay. Here go the word.
Abhor.
Abhor.
Here go the word. Abhor.
Abhor.
Abhor. Here go the word.
Okay. It means hate.
Abhor. Abhor. Abhor.
Oh shit. It means hate. Abhor. Look, when I don't know a word, I said this in my last live, but I'm gonna say it again. This is what I do. And all my books have this. I write them on the back. So I can know them. And when I get presented by these words, I know what they mean. Look, just because just because you got two ears and one mouth don't mean you indulge it, because the mouth needs to be shut and the ears need to be used. Don't use your mouth more than your two ears.
Go to word.
Okay, it means hate.
Abhor. Abhor. Abhor.
Abhor.
That's it.
Abhor. Abhor. Where's it at? Where's it at? Ah. Oh, the universe abhors a vacuum, and if you have a very large money container, it will rush and to fill the space. I want to go over here again so y'all can get this. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. I'm going to keep repeating that until I really let that sink in my mind. And I'm going to keep repeating it to you so you could let it sink into your mind. You feel me? Because the size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. We have to change. Look, one day I was sitting outside. I think this was last year. And I was smoking. And I'm just looking. I think it was around fall time. That's when the leaves fall and shit. And I'm just looking like the trees aren't resisting the change. They surviving through the winters. They surviving through the heat, the fall, the spring. But then you look back in, what is it? Fall. In the springtime, I think that's when the leaves get back on. It's like the tree is full again. It's abundant. So I'm saying that to say, trees don't resist when fall comes around. So let us fall and let us be stripped of things that no longer serve us. And when the springtime comes around, let's become abundant like the trees do. And I came up with that analogy when I was just sitting outside. I'm just looking like, damn, these trees aren't resisting the fall. They not saying, I'm holding on to this leaf. I'm going to hold on to this leaf, or this branch. I don't think the branches fall, but like the leaves do. You get what I'm trying to say. Don't resist change. Let it happen. Change can be scary, and sometimes it can be hard to accept change. You can say, okay, I accept what just happened, but you really got to get deep inside to really accept it. Because, words can go out the ear and go out the other ear, but you feel me? Yeah, I hope that makes sense. One of the reasons rich people are bigger than their problems goes back to what we discussed earlier. They didn't focus on the problem, they focused on their goal. You feel me? Because what you focus on, you become. And I'm going to say it again. If your goal is to get out of debt, then you're going to continue to bring more debt upon you because that's all you're focusing on. If you focus on, you know, um, shit, what can I use? If you focus on you gaining more weight, then what you're gonna attract more weight. So if you focus on being skinny, then you're gonna be skinny. If you focus on getting more money, then more money gonna come. I learned in a book that your job is not the only way money can come to you. You know, it could be a check that you never would have thought, but it came. You feel me? So we gotta think abundantly. Don't tell a scarcity mindset an abundant thing because they're not ready to hear that. And I learned that you can't change people. Don't try to change somebody. They're not ready for it. But just know when they come to you and they say I'm ready to change, don't criticize them and be like, "Oh, now you ready." Be like, "Okay, this is what we got to do." Don't criticize them because people are different. You feel me? So remember that. Don't criticize nobody. It's not good. What are you getting out of criticizing somebody? You look bad. You only bring yourself down. I hate that shit, bro. Real shit. Don't criticize nobody by me. I'm gonna smack you. It's like, nah. I got a little angry right there. I got a little mad right there. I hate that shit, bro. Real shit. It's nasty. Right there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so sorry for that. and I really don't like it though. I just gave myself a comment. I can't wait to read more books to y'all. Cause I love reading. It makes me, you know, I don't know. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good because I know I can change. One of the reasons rich people are bigger than their problems goes back to what we discussed earlier. They don't focus on the problem. They don't focus on the problem. They focus on the goal. One of my biggest fears is not doing what God has sent me to do. That's scary. That's probably the scariest thing I could think of. Cause then at the end, I'm gonna just look like, fuck, I didn't do this. But now, I think tomorrow's live, I'm gonna go on a rant of something I discovered about myself, and it's beautiful because now that gives me things. Cause one thing I learned about myself is I'm a I'm a type of fuck. How can I say this? Like my spirit is like it has to do something. Like it constantly has to be adventurous. It can't just be sitting there balled up. It has to be in everything. Like it's wild. It's a wild spirit. Like, and that's what I learned about myself. As I always have to do something, and I always feel like I have to do something. Like as far as like helping somebody or I don't know. It's weird. It's not. It's weird because it's unknown to me. But like, I'm gonna find out. Let's get it though. I'm almost done. We're gonna figure this shit out, man. We gotta understand that life is an everyday process. Don't wake up one day and just think like, oh, I'm done. Nah, nigga. Get your ass up. Get up. You're not done. It's more to this, boy. You got years to go. Don't be scared though. You better be excited. Cause look, I look at it like if you're not where you want to be next year, you can get there next year. If you're not where you want to be in 2 years, you can get there in another 2 years. You know, it's like it's up to you, basically.
Focus.
All right, let me get back to the book. I'm just having fun. So they don't focus on the problem, they focus on their goal. Again, the mind generally focuses on one predominant thing at a time, meaning that either you are whining about the problem or you are working on a solution. Rich and successful people are solution oriented. They spend their time and energy strategizing and planning the answers to challenges that come up and creating systems to make certain that the problem doesn't occur again. I'm gonna read that again. Again, the mind generally focuses on one predominant thing at a time, meaning either you are whining about the problem or you are working on a solution. Rich and successful people spend their time and energy on strategizing and planning the answers to challenges that come up and entering and creating systems to make certain that the problem doesn't occur. That's what rich people do. But poor in a when we say poor, we're not talking a lack of money because that's what instant when you hear poor, you just think of lack of money. No, poor is a mindset. You feel me? You see people. Okay, back in the day, things were poor, like as far as like the livelihood of people. But like, cause they didn't have resources back then. Like I remember, I said this on my live the other day. Like, there was a time where we couldn't read books, but now in this lifetime, there's no such thing as poor. We have abundant of things in this world, and I say one thing right now: if you don't do nothing, you better get you some information. Cause information to me right now, where I'm at in life, is like fucking. I just found a box of gold. I promise you, information, bro. You can do a lot with information. Like, think of information like the secret Krabby Patty formula. Like, Plankton. Like, just think of Plankton trying to steal that shit from you. Like, think of Plankton as a government. You feel me? Like, information is key. Like, really. Information can get you wealth. It can get you prosperity, success, happiness. Like, information is amazing. Man, if you don't do nothing, you better learn something. Cause we ain't got time to be like BSing for real. There's no time for that. We need to sit at we need to have people that talk about things that can better us. Like we need to have those type of conversations. Like become how can we free ourselves from this bondage that America put us in? Like we need to talk about shit like that instead of, oh, did you see what happened last week? Like, no. Like, we don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about things that help us. We can't just keep waking up complaining, bro. Like, nah, that don't cut it for me no more. I can't do that. That don't even that don't even sit with my soul no more. Like, we need to talk about abundant things. Like, hey, I got this $1 million deal. Like, shit, you wanna hear about it? You wanna help me on this? Shit, what's up? Shit, $1 million. $1 million, shit. I'm gonna close my mouth and enhance my hearing. Shit, I'm ready to hear this. You feel me? That's how it should be. But we're gonna attract people to our lives that we think of in our mind, if that makes sense. Like we're gonna attract like-minded people. Like if you think wealth, you're gonna attract wealthy people. If you think scarcity, you're gonna attract scarcity people. The people you hang out with is only a reflection of you. And you might think, oh, he just talking crazy. Really look at the people you hang out with and look at you. Look at the resemblance of what he do and what you do, what she do and what she do. You gonna see it, cause I seen it. I seen it with my like the people I kick it with, like the not the old people, like the people I used to kick it with, like back in the day. I'm saying back in the day, but like back in the lifetime, like you can see it. Like, you can see it. It's clear as day. You just really gotta know, I would say. But like, really just be competent of who you hang out with, because you don't want to waste your days just gossiping. That don't get you no money. And it's not always about. It's about money, bruh. I'm not gonna say it's not always about money, cause money it buys freedom. I ain't gonna lie. It's always about money, but then it's always about freedom, freedom, justice. You know, it's freedom for me. Just imagine waking up and shit. You could just do whatever you want. You feel me? You just get to be with your family, your friends. You get to do deals, be on your farm, just having fun. Just having fun. You feel me? Shit. I don't know about y'all, but I know about y'all. All right, let me stop for real. Rich and successful people are, I just read that. Poor and successful people are problem oriented. They spend their time and energy bitching and complaining, and I got one more page and I'm done. Seldom come up with anything creative to alleviate the problem, let alone make sure it doesn't happen again. Rich people do not back away from problems, do not avoid problems, and do not complain about problems. Rich people are financial warriors and our enlightened warriors training camp. The definition of a warrior we use is one who conquers oneself. The bottom line is that if you become a master at handling problems and overcoming any obstacle, what can what can stop you from success? The answer is nothing. And if nothing can stop you, you become unstoppable. And if you become unstoppable, what choices do you have in your life? The answer is all choices. If you are unstoppable, anything and everything is available to you. You simply choose it and it's yours. How is that for freedom? Mm. I want to do everything. Hold up, let me see something. I'm gonna read that again because that was very important. The bottom line is that if you become a master at handling problems and overcoming any obstacle, what can what can stop you from success? The answer is nothing. And if you can stop and if nothing can stop you, you become unstoppable. And if you become unstoppable, what choices do you have in your life? I'm gonna read that again because. And if you become unstoppable, what choices do you have in your life? The answer is all choices. That's the answer, all choices. If you are unstoppable, anything and everything is available to you. You simply choose it and it's yours. Okay, I got one more page and I'm off here. I promise y'all. If I had to nail down, if I had to nail down, if I had to nail down the number one reason most people do not reach their full financial potential, it would be this. Most people are poor receivers. They may or may not be good at giving, but they definitely are bad at receiving. And because they are poor at receiving, they don't. People are challenged by receiving for several reasons. First, many people feel unworthy or undeserving. This syndrome runs rampant in our society. I would guess that over 90% of individuals having feelings of not being good enough running through their veins. Where does where where does this low self-esteem come from? The usual or conditioning. For most of us, it comes from hearing 20 no's for every yes. Then you're doing it wrong for every you're doing it right. And 5, you're stupid for every you're awesome. I gotta read that again, but slowly. I'm gonna reread that because this is very important of what he's saying. This is where we get our low self-esteem from, is what he's saying. Where does this low self-esteem come from? The usual or conditioning. So So he just gave us the answer. So he asked the question and then he's giving us the answer. Where does this low self-esteem come from? So we all wonder, like, where does this low self-esteem come from? Like, where does it come from? It's our conditioning. And our conditioning is from the past of what we've been induced about. You feel me? So he say it comes from our conditioning. Cause you gotta understand, I said this last live. What we are performing now is what we've been taught at age 15, 16, 17, 18. You feel me? 19, 20. It depends where you at. But like, that's what we're performing into this life moving forward. But if we don't, enhance our qualities, our characteristics, our attitudes, our emotions, if we don't enhance that moving forward to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you're going to look up and it'll be like, damn, I'm still performing how I was at 16, 17, 18. Because at 15, 16, 17, 18, we didn't have discipline. Some might not have courage. Some might feel doubt. All these things that we have at a young age. So, and of course, we pick that up from our parents. So we have to reprogram our conditioning. We have to educate ourselves. Because I said, for the people that just joined, that we have to really get this information. Because information is very important, especially in this time. It's very important. So, for most of us, it comes from hearing 20 no's for every yes. 10, you're doing it wrong for every you're doing it right. And 5, you're stupid for you're awesome. Even if our parents or guardians were incredibly supportive, many of us end up with feelings of not being able to continually measure up to their expectations. So once again, we're not good enough. In addition, most of us grew up with the element of punishment in our lives. This unwritten rule simply states that if you do something wrong, you will or you should be punished. Some of us were punished by our parents. Some of us by our teachers. Some of us in certain religion circles were threatened with the mother of all punishments, not getting into heaven. Okay. Of course, now that we're adults, all this is over, right? Wrong. For most people, the conditioning of punishment is so integrated that because there's no one around to punish them when they make a mistake or just aren't perfect, they subconsciously punish themselves. See, I'm gonna read that again and then I'm gonna explain. It's so we're talking about punishment. So of course, now that we're adults, all this is over, right? Wrong. For most people, the conditioning of punishment is so integrated that because there's no one around to punish them when they make a mistake or just aren't perfect. They subconsciously punish themselves. So what he's doing to himself is domesticating himself. He is self-domesticating himself because he's been so induced about punishment down now that when nobody's around, he does it to himself unconsciously because it's been acted upon him for so long when he was a child. So like I'm gonna give you an analogy. Hold up. This is definitely the cases of self-domestication, and I'm gonna explain what that is. So self-domestication is what I'm aware of is that, say for instance, you you at your grandma's house and you're a little kid, and of course grandma's sweet, and she don't want to mean no harm to you, but she cooks for you, right? And you say, "Grandma, I'm done eating," right? And she say, it's a sin if you don't finish your plate, right? And then but you say, "Grandma, I'm done hungry." And grandma says, "Well, you're a bad boy if you don't finish that food," right? So what happens is, do 30 years later down the line, say he's shit, let's say 20 years down the line, say he's like 23, right? And he's at the table with his wife, right? And you know his wife and him are at the table, right? And she say, "Babe, I'm full," or whatever you want to call him. She says, "I'm full," and then he carries over and say, "It's a sin if you don't eat." And then he says, well, then she says like, "Well, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm full." Then he says to her, "Well, you're gonna be a bad woman if you don't finish that." But then him on the other hand, what happens to him is he always remembers that what his grandmother said. So what happens is that the effects that can happen is he gain weight, he gets unhealthy, or he becomes obese. Because look, and the reason I'm saying these three elements because he's going to eat to the point where he's going to become obese because he remembers what his grandmother said about, if you don't finish your plate, it's going to become a sin, or if you don't, you're going to be a bad boy. So he's going to always overeat because he has that induced in his head. It's ingrained in his head so much that he subconsciously finishes his whole plate no matter what. I hope that makes sense. Because look, and the reason I'm saying that's basically what he's doing. So that goes for punishment. He subconsciously punished himself. So whenever young, this punishment might have come from in a form of, "You were bad, so no candy." See, he just said this, and that's crazy. He just said this. I didn't even look at this. It say, for most people, the conditioning of punishment is so ingrained that because there is no one around to punish them when they make a mistake or when they eat, they subconsciously punish themselves. So when they were young, this punishment might have come in the form of, "You were bad, so no candy." Today, however, it could take the form of, "You were bad, so no money." This explains why some people limit their earnings and why others will subconsciously sabotage their success. It's very, growing up, like, you need structure. You really need structure in your life because if you don't, think of structure like the foundation. If you don't have foundation of your house is going to fall, right? So if you don't have structure, foundation in your life, then you're going to fall. It's inevitable. You feel me? Because we all been through things, right? And if we don't heal those things that happen to us, then we can really self-destruct ourselves. we can really subconsciously punish ourselves if we don't get the answers or heal the traumas that happened to us as kids. We do, because we need structure and we need to understand ourselves. So I'm saying this to say, take the time to heal yourself, because there's no limit on healing. Healing is an everyday process. So don't subconsciously beat yourself down because you don't know things. You feel me? We all are learning. We're here to learn, to evolve. So do that. No wonder people have difficulty receiving. One tiny mistake and you're doomed to carry the burden of misery and poverty for the rest of your life. A little harsh, you say. Since when did the mind become logical or compassionate? Again, the conditioned mind is a file folder filled with past programming. Let me read that again because it's facts. The conditioned mind is a file. The conditioned mind is a file folder filled with past programming, made up meanings, and stories of drama. You gotta understand, we are we're we were taught a lot from our parents because that's who we looked up to or admired, or if not our parents, our grandmothers, parents, brothers, sisters, we only pass down what we were taught. You can't pass down something you were never taught. So you're going to pass down what you know to your children, your grandchildren, your cousins. You only going to speak about things that you believe or that you acknowledge or that you're aware of. Period, point blank. So our mind is very conditioned of what we were taught in the past. So we have to free our mind. You feel me? We all talk about mental health, and that's very important. But let's more so focus on our mental health and building ourselves up to where we can get to the point to help other people, right? Because it's very important. Oh shit, I see a play. Oh, hold up. Where did I see that play at? Hold up. Because I damn near forgot. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it's very important. We have to change our minds, bruh. Because if we don't, then shit, if I do it. Oh, shit, Apple at 190 now. What the fuck? Damn. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. It look like it want to break above that resistance. I just got thrown off, but yeah. Our mind is conditioned. So here's something I teach in my seminars that might make you feel better. In the end, it doesn't matter whether you feel worthy or not. You can be rich either way, plenty of wealth. People don't feel overly worthy. In fact, it's one of the major motivations for people to get rich, to prove themselves and their worth to themselves. Condition. So he's basically saying Some people get rich to prove to themselves them worths to others and themselves. The idea that self-worth is necessary for net worth is just that, an idea, but it doesn't necessarily hold water in the world, in a real world. As we said earlier, getting rich to prove yourself may not make you the happiest camper. So you're better off creating wealth for other reasons. So you better off be creating wealth for other reasons. All right, y'all. I just finished. I wasn't even supposed to read this much. I'm almost done with the book though. This is what I do every day, man. Every day, man, I get to it, man. Every day, man, I get to it. So now, let's remember. Let's remember real quick. Let me see if I remember it. The issue is not the problem. The issue is not the problem. What matters is the size of you. I said that's so different. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. The size of the problem is never the issue. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. Just always remember, what matters is the size of you. If you want to make a permanent change, stop focusing on the size of your problems and start focusing on the size of you. I'm out of here, man. I just did my 3 chapters. Well, I didn't do three chapters on here, but like I did. But I hope y'all learned something, man. You know, I'm only here to educate and to form and to inspire and to have fun while doing what I love to do. You feel me? I appreciate the people and the ones that were watching me and the ones that wanna, change their mindset, because mindset is key. And it's very important that we change our mindset, because if we don't, we won't evolve. And remember, the issue is not the problem. The size of the problem is never the issue. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, I got it. The size of the problem is never the issue. The size of the problem is never the issue. What matters is the size of you. I'm out, man. I'm gonna be on here tomorrow to drop some more shit and to read some more shit, man.